I also said it's a rebuke on the workers of Deeper Life today. And it still surprises me how this church has changed so quickly. I was, last Saturday, I was coming from one meeting in one state, and I passed through another state where I just finished meeting about 3-4 days before passing on to that other state. And because it was their workers' meeting, and I was going to be there that Saturday before traveling back to Lagos on Sunday, I decided that I would see their church premises and see what they were doing there. And the workers happened to be around. And so eventually I got to them, and they were happy I was there. And we just finished the meeting, and many things happened in those meetings that I felt that no worker or nobody had any problem left. And I was just to greet them, and I was so tired and worn out that I took permission from them to sit down in bringing the greetings to them. And so I greeted them, and I even managed to still pray with them. And then I got into the vehicle to get back to where I was lodged that night, then to come to Lagos the following morning. I was surprised those people trooped out of their workers' meeting. I had entered into the car, and the car was moving already, and there was one man there, a worker, and he got himself on the vehicle. And then many of them began to shout, and they were not shouting for him, they were shouting for an opportunity to touch the vehicle. And I looked at them, I said, these are workers. We had just finished crusade, we had just finished retreat, and I just spoken to them, and I just prayed for all of them, and they were all rushing to touch the vehicle. I said, Jesus must have a lot of rebuke for these workers. And the same thing for those of us who are here in Lagos, for us to become so solid believers and solid workers that we understand that casting out of devils is nothing, healing the sick is nothing, physical miracle is nothing. It's nothing to be compared with your name written in the book of life in heaven. That's why I say that this verse 20 is a rebuke for church workers today, even workers of Deeper Life. And even when the prayer was being led tonight, I felt a little bit disappointed, because the person leading the prayer was, emphasizing the kind of prayer the pastor will pray for us as we come here. I said, that's not why we're here. If that's why we're here, you can go back home. We're here for workers' retreat. We're not here to solve personal problems. In fact, myself, I even need more prayer than you need, but I'm not asking for prayer. I've been down myself. Some of the messages where I went to have the meeting, I couldn't even preach some of the messages myself. I couldn't stand up at all, because the activities and the things were too much. And I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. I enjoy it. I should, keep on working like that till I die at my post. So it's not for sympathy. But the point is that I was so sick myself that I couldn't even take some of the messages. And in some of the places, they even had to do it with cassette. And yet, you'll be surprised that when it comes to the evening, to come to the crusade, and then I will leave where I was, and after leaving the place where I was, then get on the pulpit, and then begin to preach the salvation message. And when my strength runs out, not that I'd finished the message, but the people didn't know it was just as my strength ran out, then I would say, now I'm going to give the altar call. And the Lord so glorified himself that the people rushed, and they got saved and all that. And then I would sit down and maybe drink either warm water or whatever it is. And while sitting down, taking the names of those people, the people will be getting ready for prayer. I didn't even remember to pray for myself, even though I was so very much down. And then I would, after they have spent time taking the names of those people, then I would say, now it's time to pray for those who are sick. And I was so weak myself that I will not be able to pray long prayer. So I would simply say, now, if you are blind, if you are lame, if you are deaf, or whatever it is, don't wait for long prayer. They thought it was, my style. They didn't know it was, the weakness. And so we will pray. And while they are still shouting because of blind eyes opening and all that, I sneak out and go and lie down again. But I didn't worry about that, because what you have to do is to serve the Lord. It's not to get this or get this or get this or get that. And I'm surprised that those of you can shout and jump. You're still, looking for prayer. Nobody should look for prayer here. I'm the one to be looking for prayer now. You understand? But I'm not looking for prayer though. This workers' retreat, we're here for workers' retreat. And as long as I'm able to stand, I'll give you the word that God has for you. And I believe that every one of us will be transformed in Jesus' name.